All right, I'm just going to do a little video here on YouTube and the storage auction business and realistic expectations. Because a lot of times if you watch YouTube and you watch people that are buying units, sometimes you may get, kind of the wrong picture or unrealistic expectations for what it's really going to be like in the storage auction business and being successful at it and, doing it for a living and making full-time income. When you watch a lot of YouTubers, when it comes to the storage auction business and everything, there's a lot of them on here, not all, but there's a good many that they make the majority of their money from YouTube. And then there's plenty of us that make the majority of our money through the resale business, through buying storage units, the storage auction business. So if you're basing your business off of what you're seeing on there, and the majority of their money is made on YouTube, then it's going to be a not a good approach or an unrealistic approach for the for the storage auction business. That is a approach for a YouTube business that the content is buying storage units. They're using storage units and buying storage units as their content, but their main business is creating content and YouTube videos. There is nothing wrong with that at all, and none of these people are doing anything wrong. They're not lying or trying to make it seem a certain way. That's just the fact of the facts. They are making the majority of their money from YouTube, which is awesome, good for them. But if you turn on the video and you're watching that and you're trying to learn and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that, a lot of this stuff they do may not work for you if you don't have any YouTube income coming in, which is going to be most people if you're just starting out buying storage units, or if you're just starting out making YouTube videos. You're not going to have full-time YouTube income unless you're already some big creator that was doing something else and you're switching up, and you're going to start kind of switching up or moving into showing videos about storage units. So a couple of things that you just gotta that I kind of watch here, and if you based your business on what they do, or if you kind of copied some of the things they do or emulate some of the things they do, then you might have a tough time. And one of those things is I see a lot of people that they want to do like picking. They want to be a picker but buy storage units. Buying storage units is a high volume business. When you're buying storage units, you're going to get a lot of stuff. You're going to get a lot of different stuff. It's very difficult to only buy certain types of items. You're going to get very frustrated, and at times you're going to have a hard time finding units that only have those specific items you're looking for. You've got to be a jack of all trades when it comes to selling, when it comes to storage units. You have to have a plan, a business plan in place. You have to have sales channels in place, or create them where you can sell everything from big stuff, from furniture to small stuff, from old stuff to new stuff, to jewelry, to clothes, to toys, to books, you name it. You got to learn how to sell one way or another. You got to sell it all. And I see a lot of people on YouTube that they want to just buy units that are collectibles. They want to just buy units that are vintage toys. They want to just buy units that have guns in them. Obviously you can find anything and everything in storage units, but to just look for those units is going to be very difficult, and at times it can be very expensive buying those units. And if you're only relying on selling the stuff, sometimes you might pay so much for the unit that you don't have a lot of room left to actually make money selling the stuff. But if you're just relying on people viewing your videos, then that stuff makes cool content. It's interesting, it gets clicks and everything like that, so that's fine. That's going to work out great. Now you can make money definitely on units like that, but I'm saying if that's all you're focused on, you may have a difficult time. So when you're buying storage units, you got to learn how to sell a lot of stuff, a lot of everything. And if you start throwing stuff away, or only selling certain stuff out of the unit, it becomes very difficult for many reasons there. Another thing is I've seen some people that will buy a unit and they will drag that unit on for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, or even months. Now if it's a massive unit and just a ton of inventory, then you can probably do that. But typically you want to be buying multiple units a week. Sometimes you want to at least be buying one big unit that has a lot of inventory a week, if not multiple, and be doing that consistently if you're wanting to make full-time income. What I mean by full-time income is you don't want to have, this isn't a side job. You want to do this to pay all your bills and to make money, to make a living. So to do that, you've got to have enough volume, because there are going to be some costs involved. So it can't just be like, I bought one unit, I paid $1,000 for it. After I sold everything, I sold it all for $3,000. So if you did that, that's only $2,000, and that's not including any of your other expenses, time and energy. So you've got to be able to do that multiple times a month, and possibly multiple times a week. If you're really going to make money, the more volume, the more money. So that's kind of an unrealistic thing, just dragging it on and showing every tiny little thing. But they're doing that for YouTube, which is perfectly fine. If they want to show every little thing and people enjoy going through every single box in detail, perfectly fine. All right, another thing is selling online. There's a lot of people on YouTube that you will get the sense that everything that they're getting, they're selling every single thing online. They're only selling stuff on eBay, only selling on whatnot. But the truth of the matter is, you're going to get so much stuff out of units that you just can't really sell on eBay. You can't sell on whatnot. It's just items that are not good. Either they're too big and bulky and heavy. You can sell that stuff on eBay, but it gets difficult. Or they are they're just low value items, which you'll work yourself to death selling these $1 to $5 items. But you'll get so much stuff that you can sell for $5 and under out of units. I mean, hundreds and thousands of items, and it will add up so much, and you can sell so much of it, and it can really help your bottom line. But to think that you're just going to sell everything online, there's so many issues with that, and so many reasons why that's going to be very, very difficult. Now, everything that I'm saying, there's always, take it with a grain of salt, meaning this is my opinion, but it's through experience, buying thousands of units and been doing this for well over a decade. And this is where I make my money at, is the storage auction business, buying the stuff and selling the stuff. That's how I make a living. That's how I pay my bills. That's how I feed my family, all that kind of stuff. So, but there's always exceptions. There's always people that might find a way to do it different, but I'm just saying stuff that I'm seeing that's just, to me, seems about impossible to have that as a business model, business plan, and to model what you're going to do after without the YouTube money. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about, one last thing, is the drama that some people seem to have all the time. I mean, obviously in the world, you're going to have things happen. You're going to have drama with people, interesting stuff. Now, back when storage auctions used to be all live, we went in person, there was a lot more drama, a lot more craziness, fighting, cliques, friends, buddies, cooperating with each other, all that kind of stuff. It was similar at times to the show Storage Wars. People hated each other, people were friends, people partnered up, all kinds of crazy stuff used to happen. Now that they're online, it's like it's a whole nother world. It's all business now. You rarely have interactions with a lot of the other people that buy, and most of them you don't even know who you're bidding against. And a lot of times when you go to load the units, you don't even know for sure that that's somebody that won a unit unless you go up and ask them, hey, did you win a unit? Because most of the time you don't know if it's just somebody loading their own stuff or unloading it, or what, unless you just recognize something that they're loading up that was in one of the pictures. So all the drama and everything, it's like that's not really realistic. You're not going to have all this craziness for the most part, unless you're just one of those people that has a lot of that in your life, because a lot of times you invite that in your life. But anyways, a lot of the stuff, the craziness and stuff that some people might have in their videos, it's some of it's kind of created, or they're looking for anything to happen, because obviously drama is good for videos. It gets people to click on it. It makes it interesting, versus just going and buying a unit and you get a bedroom set, some pots and pans, and some clothes, and you sell it and you make a little bit of money. I mean, sometimes that's not really all that exciting. You can find some really cool, interesting stuff in units, but a lot of times it's kind of boring. A lot of times it's just plain old work. It's like, I got 3 dirty mattresses, we got to move them out of the unit, we got to take them to the dump and throw them away. I mean, that's not really exciting, but that's part of the business, and that's what you run into a lot of times. So a lot of the drama, the craziness, most likely you're not going to run into as much of that as you may see on people's channels. But anyways, that's just a few things that I just wanted to point out. If you're getting into the business, if you're thinking about it, or you just started out, just kind of, if it's somebody that has a huge following and and they have a lot of subscribers, they've been on YouTube for a while, and they've built up that, the storage auction business part of theirs might not be 100% realistic for you to model your business plan after that. But then again, it could be, every situation is different. I just wanted to kind of make you aware, a few things to look for. And I mean, a lot of the stuff's common sense, but you know, I get people asking me a lot of questions, sending me private messages or leaving comments. You can tell they're interested in buying units and, you know, getting into that business and everything. And you know, not to say that I know it all and that everything I do is perfect. There's a lot of people that do way better than me, you know, buying units and everything. But I mean, I've bought a lot of units, so I have just a little tiny bit of, you know, perspective, and coming from a place where, you know, this is what I do. And I mean, I'm here at this store, you know, we're doing this auction right here. All this stuff you see here, majority of it came out of storage units. We do this over and over again. We sell all this stuff in this store. A lot of this came out of storage units. That's my main way to get inventory. We do it over and over and over again. I've bought so many units from so many different places, bought them live and in person, bought them online. So got a little bit of experience there buying units. So, you know, just giving my perspective, my view. But like I keep saying, it's like, you know, every situation's different. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. So you may find success doing it completely different from me, or think what I say it's just a bunch of bull crap. That's all right. But just trying to help out a little bit with this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, ask questions in the comments. I'll be glad to, if I see them all, if I don't overlook it, or if I don't just miss it and get busy, I'm sorry. If I see it, I'll try to answer it, help you out. Y'all have a good one.